Latidoलाई चाहिँ मान्छेले हेर्ने इज कस्तो छ भने एउटा रिबिलियस ब्रान्ड हेर्छ वी आर लाइक द badass हुन्छ नि वी डोन्ट फलो द रुल
Like a human is not only happy all the time, right?
True.
And most of the social media post is just happy. People show the most perfect
Yeah.
picture of their life. Thing is
Post
about
yourselves.
not only taking care of the product, also taking care of the person who buys the product, and also taking care of the time duration that they will use that product.
Most influencers who are influencers are not influencers and a lot of people who are influencers they don't know that they're influencers.
Influencer is someone who actually brings certain impact on people's life. Isn't that what influencing is?
I'll ask a very specific question to each of you. To Bilal, I see you very active on Instagram. So, लतिडोकोबाट तिमी एकदमै एक्टिभ छौ नि त स्टोरिजमा ऊमा आफ्नो पर्सनल कुराहरू अनि आई रियली सी कतिपय बेला त तिमीले आफ्नो हुन्छ नि अब एज एन एन्टरप्रेन्योर वी गो थ्रु अ लट अफ अप्स एन्ड डाउन्स होइन आई हेभ सिन यु पुटिङ अ क्वेसन आफ्नो एउटा कन्फ्युजनको होइन पिपल रिप्लाइङ टु इट आई अल्सो रिप्लाइड यु वन्स ट्वाइस सो वाट्स यु टेक अन द्याट बिङ भेरी पर्सनल इन्स्टाग्राम अनि डोन्ट यु फियर इट माइट I don't know, okay, but it's a corporate brand. It's not one person.
Yeah.
Latido is not Bilal.
Yeah,
Latido is of a lot of other teams that are involving day in and day out. So, what's your take on that? बुझे मेरो क्वेसन
मैले बुझेँ लाइक मैले आफ्नो धेरै पनि देखाइरहेको हुन्छ
आफ्नो धेरै
पर्सनल कुराहरू हाउ आई टेक इट इज हाउ आई सी इट इज जस्तो अब स्टोरिजमा लाइक आई किप सेयरिङ अ लट अफ थिङ्स होइन द्याट गोज बिहाइन्ड लाइक आई वन्ट पोस्ट माई फोटो एन्ड से द्याट हुन्छ नि दिस इज बिलाल दिस इज हुन्छ नि दिस इज द गाई हु रन्स द्याट्स समथिङ एल्स बट इन टर्म्स अफ स्टोरी since day one what I have done is I've been telling stories and the reason people connect to us is because we've shown every in and out things that happen like हुन्छ नि अब not just the product making हुन्छ नि मैले बिहानदेखि ज्याकेट यसरी बन्छ यो हुन्छ यो लेदर आएको छ यो प्रडक्ट छ त्यसको मात्रै गऱ्यो भने what's there to connect होइन so
You need a human factor.
yeah human factor and
even things that normally brand people who not मैले आई एप्रिसिएट द्याट होइन जस्तै जुन कुरा चाहिँ हामीले हाम्रो फ्ल भनेर देखाउँदैनौँ भने तिमीले देखाइदिन्छौ कि होइन
No, that's amazing.
now this is where people get like for example if you know that Krishna Dai भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो स्टोरिजमा है so you won't believe that you know when he's at the store so many people literally recognize him when he's there and he has no idea how famous he is
Nice.
होइन so what happens is हुन्छ नि literally people come and हुन्छ नि कोही त कृष्ण दाईलाई भेट्ने भनेर स्टोर आउँछ कि like where is कृष्ण दाई I want to see कृष्ण दाई होइन so how I see is it's not just about I'm not just showing my journey I show everything that's there but what I have learned over time I made a lot of mistake पहिला चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्थ्यो नि कहिले आफ्नो धेरै नै पर्सनल गइदिने now I try to keep a balance in that कि के देखाउने के नदेखाउने आफ्नोमा पनि लाइक हुन्छ नि I show my flaws but I shouldn't say that हुन्छ नि आज गर्लफ्रेन्डले छोडिदिए यार के भयो त्यो त म भन्दिनँ नि but छोडे छैन होइन तर अब what I can also share is if somebody goes through a breakup हुन्छ नि how to हुन्छ नि how I हुन्छ नि survive that or what are the lessons that I can share because Latidoलाई चाहिँ मान्छेले हेर्ने इज कस्तो छ भने एउटा रिबिलियस ब्रान्ड हेर्छ we are like the badass हुन्छ नि we don't follow the rule हुन्छ नि we don't care about the rule because बालै हो नि कि हामीले जे मन लाग्छ त्यस्तो वेबाट हेर्छ and that's where youth connect to us that हुन्छ नि
urban youth connect
because now we're badass but at the same time we're hardworking as well. We stay to our lane हुन्छ नि we don't fuck around with other people हुन्छ नि but we're badass we do whatever we want we work at night हुन्छ नि हामी जे गरेर आउँछ and the reason I try to show that is because मान्छेलाई चाहिँ एउटा राम्रो कुरा मात्रै सक्सेसफुल कुराहरू मात्र नदेखाउने हुन्छ नि ल समटाइम्स अब अस्ति आई पोस्टेड अ भ्याकेन्सी एउटा क्वेसन होइन a lot of people question and we got a store ko sales guy through that okay one guy I got from like hundreds of answers that people got but that one guy is now helping us at the store okay now I got that one guy from the story random question okay like I asked people that if you got an opportunity to work for Latido what would you do and now मान्छेहरुले त्यहाँ हावा उडायो के I would count your money I would beat you I would
entertain you stuff
यो त्यो there I read all of them and there was one guy हुन्छ नि he told me that हुन्छ नि I am a dropout होइन मैले पढाएको छैन and that is the very reason nobody हुन्छ नि hires me I know that you're also a dropout. What if I could work for you?
Nice.
I
You're a
called him.
dropout?
Yeah, and he called
I'm
me.
a dropout too, man.
I'm a dropout.
He came
So
and
dropoutहरु यसै भेला हुने हो क्या?
that guy was so impressive, okay? And now he's part of our team.
Nice.
Now that's the power of stories that I see. Okay?
That's
the power of going beyond what it should be. Brandले जस्तै गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने छ नि त.
मैले अब त्यो CV लिएर आइज हुन्छ नि त्यसलाई प्रपर इन्टरभ्यू पुरै लिएर त्यसो गरे भए I wouldn't have got that guy, but
You not even have showed up, okay?
yeah, exactly. So but at the same time, as you said, हुन्छ नि balance is very important, and I've learned over time that हुन्छ नि ब्यालेन्स चाहिँ राख्नुपर्छ. आफ्नो पर्सनल पनि देखाउनुपर्छ अलिअलि, आफ्नो प्रोफेसनल पनि हुनुपर्छ. Balance is very important.
The language that
Exactly.
you use, I know,
Yeah,
defines
yeah,
a lot on
yeah.
what people will perceive you, what you say in
That
social
balance
media.
is very important, very very important. I see that.
And I think I like what Bilal is doing. Like, I'm not very, how to say, confident, to be very honest, to go out and talk about my personal life out there, and also talk about my personal problems. But you know, like what he's doing in terms of, you know, how a brand should also be very much not only talking about the good things. A human, like a human is not only happy all the time, right?
True.
And most of the social media post is just happy. People show the most perfect picture of their life. They don't show the shady part of it. And I think him capturing this, you know, a little darker side, a little deeper side of humanity also creates a lot deeper connection to the brand itself. Because he's into this lifestyle business where, you know, there's certain lifestyle that you need to live.
And when there is a life, there is ups and downs.
And the best thing is I don't have to fake it. Okay?
Yes.
And
I think
it comes so natural to me.
one thing I have known is that regardless of what brand you create, right, if you are not honest, and as a brand creator, as a brand itself, if you're not honest, you're not going to survive. I know. So honesty is a very important. You might not say something because you don't want to say it, but whatever you say has to be very much honest and has to come from the, like, a very deepest understanding of who you as a person and what kind of brand that you want to create.
And I'd like to add on this. Way back, I got an opportunity to attend a workshop by Amun Daige. What he said was, a lot of brands feel kun context when people are communicating on Facebook, on Instagram, a lot of brands create an impression as if like the consumer is talking with a wall. Okay?
Exactly.
You are actually communicating with a human being. There is a human being argo side and communicating with you. And I think what you are, the formula, I don't know if it's even a formula, because I think it's very natural from you. You are actually like proving it. Moving along, because I want to cover so many other topics.
Yes.
To Robin. So I'm not asking you a statement, and I'm not asking you any standard. Timro mental state opinion. Just because guitar shop when you are selling stuff, what's the euphoria that you go through when you sell XYZ international brand and one guitar brand? So personal experience.
So there's no euphoria, you know, to be very honest. There's nothing like that. It's a lot of hard work, right? You have to get up, you have to go, and you have to work. So mostly it's like dealing with people, dealing with money, dealing with talking to people, convincing them to do something that you want and something that you think should be done in the company. So I think there's a lot of, to be very honest, like I have to, being honest, brand building is not about this fancy lifestyle that you're going to live. Okay? It's a lot of days that you're gonna wear all your energy and, you know, lie down in the bed and say that what the fuck is happening. I know. And you have no answers. So but you still keep going on. So this euphoric feelings, they come sometimes. So one of the examples,
you are missing my question. My question is to be very specific.
No, I know, like to whether you
selling someone else's brand and selling your own brand. So what's because
it's like feeding someone else's baby and feeding your own baby. I know. It's a very simple answer for me. It's like, you know, when you go and feed someone else's baby, you feed it like it's someone else's baby, and when it's your own baby, you feed it in a way that it's your own baby.
You love both, but then there is a
that's the difference. Okay, you are a parent, but it's someone else's child and your child. Okay, so that's how it is. So
because the reason I asked you that question, because you are on that like a beauty spot.
Yeah, I'm taking care of both babies.
Okay.
But I love my baby more, definitely. I know.
So moving along, Thank you for a very सटीक
answer. Satik answer.
So I know way back because you both of you guys are from a product industry and I'm from a service industry. I'm trying to explore a different side of it. अनि लेटली चाहिँ मलाई जस्तै हुन्छ नि अब बिलालको स्टोरी हेरेर अनि एक्चुअली म तिम्रो मलाई के याद छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तिम्रो स्टोरमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ देयर वाज अ लेडी होइन क्लिनिङ द ओल्ड गिटार के अनि इट रिङ माई बेल होइन उसको स्टोरी हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ सर्भिस हाम्रो फ्री छ टाइपको के छ नि होइन अनि अस्ति पनि म तिम्रो स्टोर आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ जिन्दगीभरि नै त्यो चेनवाला कुरा त होइन सो मलाई चाहिँ दिस इज नट अ क्वेसन होइन यु गाइज फिल फ्री टु एड समथिङ टु इट मलाई चाहिँ कस्तो फिल ओके दिस गाइज आर सेलिङ प्रोडक्ट बट देन हाउ दे आर अट्याचिङ अ सर्भिस टु इट के सामान बेच्यो ज्याकेट बेच्यो गिटार बेच्यो तर भोलिको दिनमा केही प्रब्लम आयो भने प्लिज कम विल डु द सर्भिसिङ
So that's what branding is. Okay? Branding is not about selling. If you just sell, then you're just a seller who's doing marketing and doing it. Branding is about not only taking care of the product, also taking care of the person who buys the product, and also taking care of the time duration that they will use that product. I know, because if you care about them and their product that they have bought till the point where they're gonna use it, why not you are a good brand than someone else.
अनि यो चाहिँ मलाई अस्ति कस्तो रियलाइज होइन आई वेन्ट टु बाई अ डग के होइन अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ कस्तो अनि दिदी के गर्नुहोस् ए होइन अब यो किनिसकेपछि हामी त परिवार हो हाम्रो होइन आई लाइक द्याट द वे सी टोल्ड होइन बट आई अल्सो
एन्ड त्यो भएपछि के हुँदो रहेछ नि मान्छे वेन यु बाई अ प्रोडक्ट यु आर अलवेज द्याट सेफ साइड सेफ फिलिङ चाहिन्छ कि एउटा यो मैले भोलि बिगारेँ खसाइदिएँ च्यातेँ हामीले चाहिँ एउटा त्यो आश्वासन दिदियो भने हुन्छ उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ के भन्छ सेफ फिल हुँदो रहेछ क्या त्यो सेफ ए ल ठिक छ भोलि केही भइहाल्यो भने पनि यहाँ आउन मिल्छ भन्ने पार्ट सो द्याट हेल्प्स यु कनेक्ट टु देम
अनि यो रियलाइजले चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ देयर वाज फर अ प्रिटी लङ अमाउन्ट अफ टाइम आई वाज गोइङ बिकज आई बिन वर्किङ इन सर्भिस इन्डस्ट्री फ्रम द भेरी स्क्रच होइन मलाई चाहिँ एउटा कस्तो रियलाइज ओके आई थिङ्क दिस सर्भिस इन्डस्ट्री प्रोडक्ट भनेर नबसेर यु क्यान एक्चुली मर्ज दिस के होइन लाइक यु गाइज आर डुइङ इट
and I see the way I see it is you can define a lot of things into certain terminologies होइन you can define this thing यसरी हुनुपर्छ उसरी हुनुपर्छ यसरी हुनुपर्छ at the end what is happening is two humans are getting connected and there is certain things happening okay and the level of connection that you're going to build. Are you going to build a connection just based on money? Are you going to build a connection based on value? Are you going to build a based connection on someone's else feelings as well? Like I don't know, you could figure out a way to know what the other person is feeling, and then before even the person buys the product, you make them feel better first and then make them buy the product, you know? Like that could be something to crack, right? Like, so the way I see is that everything has a certain level, okay? You can define it, a product, service, yo je bhaye pani at the end duita मान्छे आउँछ केही कुरा हुन्छ उनीहरुको बिचमा
पैसा एक्सचेन्ज
and it's the same thing, like whether you love someone or whether you sell something to someone or whether you give something to someone for free. I know it has to come in a very genuine way.
True.
When it comes in a very genuine way, the other person also feels it. Okay, there's this हामीले जति नै शब्दबाट जति नै बोले पनि हाम्रो एक्सप्रेसन हाम्रो भाव हाम्रो शब्दको पिच हाम्रो साउन्ड हाम्रो body movement but
energies that we give out
and then this body ko cha and there's this energy level like what Bilal said is we can connect it, okay? And this our subconscious mind realizes those things. Even we don't say a lot of things, we realize, we take in inside and then we reflect to the person, and then why you reacted that way also comes very naturally. I know the person is getting angry, you will also get angry, okay? The person is getting jealous, you're like what the fuck you I know, and the person is really appreciating you, you also ended up appreciating the person, okay? So what is reflection of you, of your personal branding and of your own company branding is somehow a mirror, okay? How you will define yourself will define how the consumer or other people will see you.
And it's so interesting, huh? Everything we do at the end of the day, it's about people, okay? It's about if I go out and make someone laugh through comedy circle, it's for the people.
Dog don't play guitar.
True. Have you thought of making jackets product for animals?
No, that could work.
That could be
definitely.
Dogs are expensive, man.
Dogs are expensive.
Too expensive. Moving along.
Dogs are free, it's just people who sell dogs are expensive.
True. Nice.
So in terms of brand, I think I have to appreciate you guys as a त्यो comedy circle लिएर आए नि, like it's truly amazing to see that the comedy scene has grown so much, like and
spreading
it
laughter
was needed,
spreading exactly. Laughter is like नेपालमा घर घर जाऊ होइन नेगेटिभ कुराहरू बढी हुन्छ क्या people forget to laugh के यति समस्या हुन्छ पहिला त पैसाकै समस्या क्या नेपाल is such a like we have to admit it's not a very rich country where other people are living very happily and the whole living this पुरा fancy life त धेरैको छैन नि त maximum को छैन क्या so having certain amount of time to actually just find for yourself and watch something on your phone and just to have a smile is a very better value addition.
Exactly. अनि मलाई हामीलाई हाम्रो टिम कमेडी टिमलाई चाहिँ कब भ्यालिडेट भयो भन्दा फेरि when we see bigger players coming in, we saw MNS coming in, we saw Kantipur coming in,
exactly.
Okay, so we are actually
it was already there get the opportunity. You guys were the one who scratched it. Now एकजना स्क्रैच गरेपछि
everybody is following and तिमीले भने जस्तै it does not have to be a competition. Exactly. It can be a community that we call.
Now it's gonna validate you more that comedy circle ले गर्दा चाहिँ like comedy आयो हैन and that's the same thing with there are so many opportunities that has not been scratched exactly त्यो scratch गर्ने धेरै अझै चाहियो क्या हामीलाई so that अरूले पनि पिक अप गर्छ क्या त्यही अनुसारले
so scratch it guys
keep that you gotta scratch
so this is my very last second last
scratch it
scratch it
you campaign गरौँ यार
we can talk about it so this is my second last question it would be again a technical question so difference you guys have found because I see both of you guys are working with influencers amazingly so मेरो question चाहिँ influencer marketing versus sponsored paid sponsoring the whole content त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ could you guys do some put up your insights I like to start with Bilal.
Yes, thank you.
मैले चाहिँ नेपालमा I think the way नेपालमा चाहिँ influencers भन्ने जुन entire concept छ नि I think most influencers who are influencers are not influencers and a lot of people who are influencers they don't know that they're influencers. There's a huge gap between that I see a lot of like for example recent times we had a shoot with Satish so man that guy he's such an amazing हुन्छ नि
what उसको कति धेरै ट्यालेन्ट छ
हैन I see him as a very खतरा influencer because people actually कति जनाले मन पराउने रहेछ के he got a good help हुन्छ उसले गर्दा राम्रो एउटा हेल्प भयो क्या हाम्रो ब्रान्डलाई in terms of sales and हुन्छ नि the way we got it so a lot of influencers नेपालमा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भने celebrity छ and they call themselves influencers हैन but they really don't know I'm not talking about everyone and I'm not talking about specific I don't want to get into that but a lot of influencers कस्तो भइदिन्छ भने अब मेरो एक्सपिरियन्समा हैन if they forget that being an influencer is also about being a brand in themselves. If I am paying an influencer a certain amount of money and let's say for example like I've talked with him that him or her that let's do something and we've got a deal. Now this influencer if he's promoted my product if he promotes the same product in the same competing brand just because he got paid extra money it's bad for him not for me that's what I feel because people have already seen that person in my I've already got what I needed now he's the one who's going somewhere else so what happens is that person is actually hampering his or her own brand
so you're vouching for exclusivity
and I think I am more into micro influencers हरूमा चाहिँ धेरै because नेपालमा चाहिँ influencers overhyped cannot get you much better results compared to you need to find these micro influencers who are actually doing things and making real differences because influencer भनेको चाहिँ followers count मा हैन म चाहिँ कसरी हेर्छु भने impact कति पारेछ मान्छेको लाइफमा that is where influencers come हुन्छ नि in terms of because a lot of people who have 1000 followers can have more influence than people who have 100k followers that's what I feel त्यो context मा चाहिँ I see the market in terms of what impact the person is making not just because he's got 1 million followers I should pay him a lot and get त्यो aspect छ but you need to understand that हुन्छ नि what person is going to be right for your brand सो त्यो अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ द एन्टायर इन्फ्लुएन्सर मार्केटिङ थिङ इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट यहाँ चाहिँ एकदमै मेस्टअप छ कि त्यो कुरा लाइक जस्ट बिकज समबडी हेज गट फलोवर्स एन्ड त्यो दे थिङ्क द्याट देयर आर इन्फ्लुएन्सर मार्केटिङ हुन्छ नि त्यो के थाहा नै छैन त्यो फिल्डको बारेमा एन्ड देन यु नो दे जस्ट अल मनी
सो वाट वुड यु चुज इन्फ्लुएन्सर मार्केटिङ अर स्पोन्सर बिकज यु गाइज आर क्वाइट एक्टिभ अन स्पोन्सर्स पनि होइन आई एम लाइक युजिङ द स्पोन्सर एड्स अफ इन्स्टाग्राम एन्ड फेसबुक सो हाउ डु यु जस्ट टु लेट न्यू जेनेरेसन नो कि how do you as Bilal sees it?
I think both are important. I think influencer marketing is also important because Nepal ma kaso cha bhane like for example देखासिकी भन्दा पनि अब लेट्स से फर इक्जाम्पल इफ वी हेभ अ कस्टमर फ्रम अ म्युजिक इन्डस्ट्री राइट नाउ फर अस द गुड थिङ इज गोन टु बी द्याट इट इफ द्याट पर्सन इज युजिङ आवर ज्याकेट एन्ड यु नो हुन्छ नि मेबी अ मन्त्र गिटार एन्ड हुन्छ नि इज पर्फर्मिङ एन्ड इज डुइङ अमेजिङ people will get that feeling of it, okay, that I want to be this guy, I want to be like him. That feeling is there, okay? And that is not something that just paisa tirera matra paune haina ki, that feeling is connected there, that I want to be like him. I want to see a rock star हुन्छ उ जस्तो बन्नु छ मलाई हुन्छ नि उसले त्यो ज्याकेट और उसले त्यो गिटारमा उसलाई त्यो ब्रान्डसँग मतलब छैन कि उसले जस्ट बिकज माई आइडल इज युजिङ इट आई वान्ट बी द्याट आई निड इट आई जस्ट निड इट हुन्छ नि त्यो एस्पेक्टबाट चाहिँ
मार्केटिङ
इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ होइन बट एट द सेम टाइम स्पोन्सर्ड बुस्ट इज अल्सो मेड बिकज द्याट इज वेयर यु हेभ टु स्पेन्ड यर मनी जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई टाइम वाइज इट्स मोर अबाउट बिल्डिङ रिलेसनसिप यो छँदैछ बट this is the opportunity like हुन्छ नि पछि गएर यो पनि it's gonna get expensive and you know you have to do that as well you have to invest your money and if you are earning money you have to invest it somewhere and I think the best place is right now that's where it is so both are important
exactly
both are totally important so but how you take it is very important
and plus I think other इन्फ्लुएन्सरकै पोस्टलाई बुस्ट गरिदिनु
या सो सी
मासु
माइनस भइहाल्यो त्यो भएपछि त
बिकज मैले तिम्रो लटिडोको बारेमा फर्स्ट टाइम थाहा भएको चाहिँ सिसानबाट हो त्यसपछि चाहिँ इट हिट मी वेन आई स इट विथ सुशान्त प्रधान होइन एन्ड देन इट स्टार्टेड हिट मी देन आई स्टार्टेड टु फलो होइन अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ अब मेबी रिटार्गेटिङ युज गरिरहेको छ होला सो मेबी आइएम गेटिङ द स्पोन्सर एड्स के अनि आई एन्डेड अप बाइङ माई फर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट अ विक ब्याक अनि आई टेल यु म्यान इट्स अमेजिङ
थ्याङ्क यू म्यान
So, because मन्त्र गिटारमा चाहिँ you guys are working with so many artists in the music man plus you guys are making fun नै छ हैन भोलि गएर त सुपरस्टार भइदियो त्यसको छुट्टै मजा छ
that will be like a real influence
that will be like creating influence
that will be like investing okay now you're investing on an artist who you can see will be खतरा पछि गएर because खतरा र होसम्म कसैले मतलब दिँदैन but you were the one you know who invested and you know saw that potential and win-win situation for both
and that artist will always appreciate
exactly.
because you guys were there on his dark
exactly
times,
exactly
definitely and also like so the reason why you do something like that is not because you want something in the future but like when you
present needs it
when you build a brand when you build something you have money you have all the things then you look for like certain real satisfaction okay what your brand actually made an impact in the world what exactly that you did as a human being out in the world for whatever you have created you might create a huge building with lots of money but will that give you happiness definitely not I know so to real have this certain level of satisfaction inside you to see that okay I am going to do this I know even it is going to cost me money my energy and I might even feel like big time but I'm still gonna go and do it because eventually I know that what I have done is something that I know that I can be proud of myself
and the reason I'm asking you this question because what you guys did in 2 years it's amazing it's hard for a lot of other brands to copy the same process and एउटा पोइन्टमा चाहिँ because मलाई याद छ बुधबारमा थमेलमा मन्त्रै गिटार सुरु भएको थिएन अनुप अब बनाउने गर्ने यताउता गर्ने यस्तो भिडियो बनाउने यस्तो गर्ने होइन एन्ड देन बुम 2 years I see it with like everybody is using it होइन एकताका त त्यो हुन्छ नि जस्तै फर इक्जाम्पल आई वाज नट फलोइङ अ लट अफ इन्फ्लुएन्सर्स आई वाज फलोइङ मन्त्रको त्यहाँ चाहिँ मैले के देख्थेँ भन्दाखेरि मैले स्टोरी रिसेयर गर्थेँ ओके यसले पनि सेयर गर्यो यसले पनि सेयर गर्यो होइन For me, so to make it more specific question, how much credit would you give to the influencers that you guys have been using it? And one of the biggest influencers you guys are using is Nitesh.
No, we have a lot of them. Nitesh, season, so we have like
Paradigm is itself is an influencer brand.
So no, we have. So the way we see it is that हाम्रो म्युजिकमा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भने we have a very close relationship with all the musicians that we have. We have them coming to our store. We have like a very good relationship. We support their music programs, concerts हैन. So हामीले चाहिँ कस्तो भन्नाले like genuine community build गर्ने के, like how do you actually, because if I'm just selling my product and he's going there and playing in Tamil for 10,000 हैन, how long will he do that? भन्ने कुरा हो के, like how is that a career? For me, it's like I am in an industry where I know I have to create a career out of a whole this generation that is coming up, okay? Where people should not feel like, okay, म musician भएर बहुत तारिँदै वर्षौसम्म अनि म मेरो केही हुनेवाला छैन भनेर, as a talented musician quitting is more sad, okay, for me, because then we lost some, because music is everywhere. We listen to it every day. It has a lot of it's a mental relaxation for a lot of people, okay? Mentally we are so much stressed. Listening to music calms us so much down. It pumps up, it gives us different mood the way we want. We feel love, we want to listen to music. We feel happy, we want to listen to music. We feel sad, so there's a deeper connection to it, okay? So आउने generation जुन खतरा musiciansहरु छ नि, I feel we want to be part of that process to actually help them to become who they can be.
Or influencers.
Who can they be? And so the way I see that influencer, like what he said, is a very hyped word, okay? I know it's a very hyped word in this social media, because now everybody who has 10k follower can claim himself to be an influencer. I know, and then say that he will get some people to sponsor one product, and then he will say that, oh yeah, I am an influencer now. So that is, for me, it's like influencer industry in itself is a very new industry. In itself is very much like especially in country like Nepal, they have no idea of how it works and how it should be and how it has to be. So there is a big gap on who is doing and what they are doing. So everybody is going to do in a clustered way. Out of that, there's so many people who are going to get filtered in coming few years. Okay? Because being an influencer is like 100% dedication work, okay? And you cannot be someone who you are not. You can't fake it. So if somebody is faking it and becoming an influencer and like trying to do whatever to do to make money.
So what would you recommend to someone who is starting a brand in terms of influencer marketing?
So if you're starting a brand in terms of influencer marketing,
if you're starting a brand,
how would you approach to influencers? So I think I like what he said is that go into macro level, okay? Go into that particular person who is actually making an impact. So let me give you an example. So we have this YouTube channel where we make a lot of product reviews and we give tips and techniques of how to make music and how to create music and difference between, like awareing people of what exactly music is all about and what are the differences and about even the artist and like international artists, how they came and how they became. So the guy who does the review is Hari Kuwar, and I feel he's a genuine influencer because he's been there for so long. He goes to Tamil every Friday, plays in he plays gig every week, and he's there with musicians. He's going out there and he's talking to people. He loves what he does and he's into it so much. All I have done is that I have given him this platform to actually become what he can be. So for me, it's like influencer is someone who actually brings certain impact on people's life. Isn't that what influencing is? I know. So if you are not bringing an impact in your other people's life, your influence, whatever you're trying to do, will not last long. Okay, you will be going into more depression in coming few years for the lack of your unsuccessfulness than what you might achieve.
So coming to a conclusion in terms of suggesting someone who is starting a brand.
Suggesting someone who is starting a brand, I would say that start a brand without any influencing. Okay, start a brand just like a brand, you start a brand, then when you have a certain identity built around it, then start an influencer in it. Okay, what will happen when you start with an influencer itself is that they don't see you as a brand. Okay, they see the influencer as the brand. The brand.
Provided that
the brand.
brand.
And then if that person leaves, your identity is also somehow lost. Okay, so having to build a brand and then making influencer associated with it. So like for us, a lot of our influencers, we don't pay them. I know we don't pay them because we don't think for them to be part of us is a bigger deal than for us to be part of them. Okay, so having to एउटा certain strategy तपाईले build गर्नुपर्छ के, so that they want to be part of you. They want to share something in their story without even talking to us, without even asking us and saying. So we have like
because the product is so fucking good.
Yes, so product is good. You have built that brand in such a way that because I'm an influencer, I have to be part of that brand. I know, like, because then you are not making the brand depend on the influencers, but influencers coming and trying to build your brand naturally. Okay?
True.
And I think an influencer who does that, he's a real influencer because then he's trying to genuinely build his own community, because what he's doing is not concerned about your brand, he's concerned about his audience
and providing values to them.
Yeah, so providing value to them. So he want to get associated with the brands that are good enough, that are better, and then that will build his own branding with
authenticity as well.
Yes.
And I saw that so much on Bilal's last opening. I mean, like, man, it was one of the big opening. I could see the story of every people that I follow, and then re-sharing the story. I think that's what तिमीले भनेको कुरा चाहिँ हैन ठ्याक्क क्या it's made a sense. किनभने बिलालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ I've seen अस्ति कति भयो ओपनिङ भएको 1 महिना
भएको छैन,
1 महिना भएको छैन, 2 हप्ता भयो होला,
3
weeks हैन. Amazing and I vouch for what Robin just said. Amazing. So the last
जस्तो त्यो इन्फ्लुएन्स जस्तो अब यहाँ चाहिँ कस्तो मेन्टालिटी छ भने एउटा बिजनेस स्टार्ट गर्यो, ब्रान्ड स्टार्ट गर्यो, लेट्स हायर एन इन्फ्लुएन्सर हुन्छ नि, लेट्स पे हिम वेल एन्ड हिज गोना ब्रिङ अस बिजनेस भन्ने मेन्टालिटी छ यहाँ.
That doesn't work.
How I see it is that if you're starting a brand, your first early customers are actually going to be your influencers.
Nice.
And they're not, you don't need to pay them, you just need to give them a good product.
Yes.
Your first customers are going to be your influencer, brand ambassadors and everything. People forget that, okay? People think that they need to hire someone and
they're going to drive the sales.
And त्यो आएको कस्टमरलाई मतलब दिदैन.
No, that is अहिले कस्तो छ भन्दा that is an easy strategy. Okay, you have money, you have a business to start.
Yeah, but that will not long last.
No, it will not long last definitely, but that's like is easy way. म मार्केटिङ साइड किन गर्ने, आजकल पत्रिकामा छापेर काम छैन अनि के ल्याउने, यो ठुल्ठुलो यी चलेका सोशल मिडियामा चलेका मान्छेहरूलाई लिएर देऊ अनि हुन्छ
सेल्स आउँछ
भनेर that's not going to come. Okay,
त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ स्टोरमा आएको मान्छेले चाहिँ कम भ्यालु पाउने भयो.
Exactly.
And because people who are following the influencers, they are not foolish, they are not stupid, and they are not like whatever he is going to say I'm going to do that. It's not going to happen that way. Okay, nobody's creating a cult out here, nobody's creating a religion out here. They are a human being who, like, I choose to follow someone, I follow him because I like him, what he says, what he does, what he believes, what he values for, what he gets connected to. If I don't like him, I unfollow him. It's very easy. So आउने दिनहरुमा इन्फ्लुएन्सिङ मार्केटिङलाई कसरी एप्रोच गर्ने, इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरुलाई कसरी इभल्भ गराउने, त्यो सबै कुरा एंगल इफ यु वान्ट टु सी, हैन, इट इज भेरी मच भेरी सिम्पल के. You have to have this genuine, honest drive to actually impact people, and you want to do it through your own personal branding.
Influencer side ma,
business side ma chahi what will happen is that you have to have
amazing product first. You have to build your brand on your own real influencers who are your first customers. I know. And then maybe to add a value, you get connected to the people who really impact. I know. So those are the real influencers.
I think the center of the strategy should always be the customer, okay? Not the
because they are the one who are paying
brand or whatever it is. The center should be the customer.
Exactly. And मैले एउटा यो पढ्थे कि branding is not what you say it what your brand is, it's actually what your customer says behind your brand.
Exactly, yeah.
And then the only way for them to tell good thing about your brand is how you behave with them. And these are the influencers who do not need money, they need your time and a good product.
Exactly.
They need a time, good product, and they need to feel that the money that they have paid has worth value.
True.
And to know that price, to know that feeling is so much important when you're building a brand.
So this is, हामीले खतरा कुरा गऱ्यौँ हैन. Last question and we are ending the show. To the Bilal, to Robin, the biggest challenge
Of life?
No. Of branding, of brand life. We can do a separate podcast on life.
No, definitely we can. Like I just wanted to know what I'm going to answer. No, please.
Make it very satik.
I think it's balance. Because के गर्ने कस्तो गर्ने we've been practicing, but sometimes we go out of the lane because we're humans, we make errors. So the challenge has been staying on the lane, just keep going. Doing what is always necessary पनि कस्तो गाह्रो हुँदो रहेछ के. Like when you know that you have to do this, still the challenge is being on that lane. So I think that's the challenge. Keep
because
the balance.
You got to do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Day by day.
So that's the challenge.
Robin, the challenge? Very satik.
Satik आउँदैन यार के गर्ने. No, I don't know if it is satik or not. अब मैले देखेको greatest, like one of the challenges to build a brand, I think, is to just actually fucking doing it. Okay? Not every day. Okay? I think the biggest challenge मलाई देख्ने भनेको हैन, comparing with a lot of other people, is to actually initiating जुन त्यो first year हुन्छ नि, first year of that process of you saying that I'm going to put my money and time to it, to the point where that actually becomes a brand. Okay?
So commitment?
I won't say commitment, but त्यो पुरै जुन 1 year को process हुन्छ नि, that is very much challenging, because it is a कस्तो भने यो त्यो स्टेट भनेको तपाईँ पानीमा हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईँ तैरिदै हुनुहुन्छ, बोट चाहिँ बनेको छैन के, एउटा सानो काठमा बसेर you are trying to balance out के हैन. So either you will, so what happens is that world को 80% of the companies, the reason what they fail is they fail between this 1 to 2 years of time. Okay, if they survive this 3 years, 4 years period of time, somehow organically it just sustains. Okay, either they sustain in that same level, if they go a little bit down, or they go scale up. So it sustains. A lot of people give up within a year. A lot of people give up within 6 months. A lot of people give up within a month. Like so. I think the biggest challenge for anybody would be, like for me, is I'm not afraid. And I'm not afraid to start anything. I'm not afraid, because maybe out of the process that I've already gone through.
Because you're now venturing into a couple more industries.
Yeah, a couple more industries. So I'm not afraid to go ahead, because I have built enough confidence. Okay? And to have that clear path of knowing that from point A to point B, which point B is building a brand. म ब्रान्ड बनाउँछु भनेर स्टार्ट गर्दाखेरि त दिमागमा मात्र हो नि त, हजुरको दिमागमा हो नि त. नोबडी इज गोइङ टु नो अबाउट इट नि त, अन्टिल यु स्टार्ट पोस्टिङ इट, स्टोरी हाल्न थाल्नुहुन्छ होइन, त्यो गर्न थाल्नुहुन्छ, त्यो स्केयर, ओ माई गड अरूले के सोच्ने होला, ओ माई गड यसले के भन्ने होला, ओ माई गड म यस्तो कुरा गरिरहेको छु, ओ माई गड यस्तो हुन्न होला, म आइएम थिङ्किङ टु बिग होइन. लाइक देयर आर सो मेनी टर्मोइज द्याट गोज इन यर हेड के. अनि त्यो बिस्तारै त्यो च्यालेन्जलाई सस्टेन, त्यो मेन्टल स्टेटलाई सस्टेन गर्नु, कन्सटेन्ट राख्नु, ब्यालेन्समा राख्नु, र एक्चुली बिल्डिङ अ ब्रान्ड. यु एक्चुली मेक राइट स्ट्राटेजी, यु मेक do right choices, you make right bet on right things that you know that will happen. It's actually a gambling.
True.
You're playing a poker, okay? You're playing a poker, you have no idea what will come around that.
True.
You just believe and you just go ahead
faith
with it. Yeah, and to have that believe, it's kind of very difficult for a lot of people, okay? Because people come from this fear mentality a lot. They fear a lot of things in their life, so one of the most biggest challenge for you to build a brand is to overcome your own fear. And I think overcoming your own fear and keeping that constant balance for 1 year would give you a very good how to say results in the future.
True. अनि you know what, I could relate to it so much because जस्तै फेरि अहिले मलाई कस्तो भन्छ भन्दाखेरि because I am doing Doers होइन अनि the one joy I get is I starting a new brand कि अनि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब मलाई कस्तो भने भाइ Doers अब चुप्प लाएर 1 वर्षसम्म 100 my target is to produce 100 episode होइन without any expectation of a single penny कि I am not looking to make any penny होइन. So that's a challenge, okay? Day in and day out.
Do it 1,000, man.
No, after 100, I'm gonna think of monetizing. But then, jokes apart, so त्यो चाहिँ हुन्छ नि अब त्यो without any expectation to गरिराख्नु चाहिँ हैन.
No, see, I think what you are doing with Doers, without any expectations, without any, like monetary value, because most of the people who starts a brand, they are genuinely looking for monetary value quickly as soon as possible because they have made some investment. And for you to create something, this kind of a platform, and to say that I'm gonna just do it for 100 years.
100 episodes.
Sorry, 100
I'm not gonna do
it. Somebody might be doing it, but yeah, 100 episodes without any return to it is a very amazing commitment. Okay? It's a very good example for anybody who is starting a brand. To say that, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna expect out of this anything. म जस्ट गर्दै जान्छु र म हेर्दै जान्छु कहाँसम्म पुग्दो रहेछ.
And this is the 29th episode.
Wow.
Still 71 to go. So I think we are almost at the end of the podcast, no? So before we do the last kura, there is one culture that we are trying to build. So it's basically a plate. So what I would want from both of you is choose one plate. So the new episode, both of you would be writing on one plate. So alikati achar सानो गरिदिनु होला अर्को साथीको लागि. So write something about the brand. It has to be something about brand. Yeah, branding. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Come on, we talk just
write something about brand.
Write anything, but it has to be related to today's topic. Okay? Something. Yeah. So, Robin, you.
All I'm gonna write is brand is love, dude.
Please, feel free.
I think it is.
So it's the you episode. We both of our guests will be using the same plates.
Okay.
Yellow मा गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो. त्यसमा राम्रोसँग देखिसके अरु भन्दा.
ल. कालो र येल्लो उ भइदिन्छ नि त हैन.
So I should write something that should inspire people, or I should write.
Bro, write. You write anything.
I write anything. Right?
Anything, but it has to be about brand. Okay. Something branding. Brand is love. Oh?
I know. Brand is.
मेरो लङ टर्म सोच चाहिँ होइन यो प्लेट्सहरूलाई चाहिँ फ्रेम गरेर कलेजहरूमा दिने कि होइन इन्सपायर यो यङ जेनेरेसन. अनि कहिलेकाहीँ यो रुम चाहिँ मेरो दिउँसो चाहिँ ऊ पनि हो कि इट्स लाइक दिस इज वेयर आई गो कि आई डोन्ट हेभ स्पेसिफिक ऊ होइन माथि ऊहरू छ नि यहाँ चाहिँ म काम गर्छु नि एट टाइम्स वेन यु गो डाउन एन्ड यु रिड दिस थिङ्स कि होइन.
दामी लाग्थ्यो मलाई कन्सेप्ट.
धन्यवाद. एउटा सिग्नेचर पनि सर.
Brand is all about taking care of your own thought.
Wow, nice.
Because if you take care of your own thought, other people will take care of you.
Day by day. Definitely, man.
Brand is all about day by day.
Day by day. Finally, day by day on Doers. Robin को कहाँ छ अर्को अस्ति कता लेखेको थियो तिमीले के लेख्दै याद छ?
To see the world things strangers to come to see.
Robin अलि त उले लेखेको छ के ठिकै छ ल डे बाइ डे पर्फेक्ट.
Don't give up on yourself.
दामी.
It's all about हैन self realization is such an important factor.
Amazing. Woo! So कति घण्टा बोल्यौँ अभिषेक दा हामी? 2 घण्टा 5 मिनट. ओ वाउ. खतरा मान्छेसँग बोल्न थालेपछि टाइम गएको थाहा हुँदैन. ड्याम. सो एकदमै आई थिङ्क हामीले यस्तो खतरी कुरा गरेको हामीले यार बिबीको त्यो ब्रान्डिङको दिनमा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क छ बाँकी छ आई रिमेम्बर. सो बेसिकली आजको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ आई होप आज जसले पनि हेर्नुभएको छ तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ खतरी कुराहरू थाहा भयो होला बिकज आई नो even after working in this industry for a couple of years, I'm taking out a lot of things from both of you guys. I hope who is starting it out, like the धेरै नै भएको छ होला अनि I hope यस्तो content will definitely empower more of our youth, because people like us should come out and speak, okay? Because though we are doing it, हाम्रो आफ्नो up and down छँदैछ, तर because a lot of people didn't spoke, हामीलाई थाहा छैन नि त, हामीले हेर्नु थिएन नि त त्यति बेला हामी स्टार्ट गर्दाखेरि हैन. I definitely hope this gonna inspire a lot of people, and this I hope someday Doers को content would replace BBA. Jokes apart. So यो चाहिँ हाम्रो एउटा सानो गिफ्ट छ हाम्रो गेस्टलाई हैन. दिस इज अ टी सर्ट फ्रम आवर यस्तो निकालेर पनि देखाइदिनु पर्ला है, बिकज दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम वी आर गिभिङ द टी सर्ट. यो चाहिँ
आई सब प्रेक्षा को त्यो
यस सो बेसिकली गेट इन्स्पायर्ड अनि बी अ डुअर भनेर छ. दिस इज फ्रम सेतो क्यानभास. सेतो क्यानभास इज अ premium a marketplace for designers and influencers to sell their products and people to get custom designs. So I'll hand it over to Robin. I hope.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the love.
Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else you want to say to end the episode?
All I would say, like we are talking about brands a lot, right? And we have get inspired. we at the end, the whole purpose of spending our time today coming here and talking about it is to inspire people and say that they whatever they have thought, उनीहरूले जे सोचिराख्नु भएको छ हैन, तपाईलाई जे गर्न मन लागेको छ, तपाईलाई हुन्छ नि कागजमा एउटा क्यारेक्टरहरु कोर्न मात्र मन लागेको छ. The way I see is that you don't have to limit yourself or what you're gonna do, okay? I know when you do what you love, the brand creates itself,
and you become a doer,
and then you become a doer, you become a inspiration, you become lot of things, but at the end you have to do it, and it's all in your head. I know it's all in your head, okay?
Put it out.
And you at the end, either you're gonna consume or you're gonna reflect. I know. When you become a reflection, when you become a mirror, you show other people what they can become. I know. It gives you a certain level of satisfaction that is not measurable. And to be able to create something, like to be able to create a brand, because brand in itself is not a tangible thing, Nita. You can't quantify what is the brand of this one. It is some value that we all carry. Abstract form. So to create something that is so abstract and to be actually make other people believe in it is an amazing feeling. Okay? So if you think you can do it, and if you believe that you might even learn and you can do it, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't stop yourself to say that what other people are going to think about, because at the end what will happen is you're gonna die. I know. So you better do it before you die.
I think जस्तो हामीले ब्रान्डको कुरामा we talk about giving your everything, like brand is coming up in this world, a lot of things are happening, what we forget oftentimes is that जति पनि ब्रान्डिङ छ हैन, our work, our brand, like branding is important, everything is there, but there is no brand that is bigger than us as a human. Meaning that if I start a brand, let's say for example, if I fail at building that brand, that does not mean that I fail as a human.
Yes,
that disconnection of the brand is a very small thing. Like all of our ventures, it's not bigger than us.
True.
It's not beautiful than us as a human. It can never ever be. Yes. Then whatever we create will never be greater than the creation itself. Exactly. This is the problem that the generation is now facing, where they are taking that professional failures, after personal failure. This is the reason why so many people are dying, like suicide. Exactly. How can someone possibly give up such a beautiful thing? But I should think that. But now when I had an episode where I got blood pressure high and overthinking and all that shit happened, and I was completely blown away that I stopped thinking so much. Like fuck it, man, business डुबोस्, म बाटोमा आओस्, सास फेर्न पाओस्, हुन्छ नि, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with everything being taken away from me except for my life. So हुन्छ नि, that disassociation of that your brand success, your work success has not much to do with your personal. You might have failed in building a brand, but maybe you are a good son. You cannot give up being a good son. You cannot hurt your parents just because you failed at a brand. So disassociation is very important. हामी चाहिँ कसरी प्रमोट गर्छ भने most of the time put your everything on building this, give your life. Don't give your life. Give a part of your life. But don't forget,
life is not about only building a brand.
Don't forget that. जस्तो मैले अब आफ्नो पर्सनल अकाउन्ट चलाउन बिर्सेँ नि अनुप, आई रियली मलाई चाहिँ आइडेन्टिटी क्राइसिस नै भएको के. आई फर्गट द्याट इभन आई एक्जिस्टेड के. आई पागलै भएको के, बिर्सिरहेको के आफ्नो पर्सनल लाइफ पनि छ. आई नेग्लेक्टेड माई हेल्थ. आई वाज नट स्लिपिङ अन टाइम. हुन्छ नि राति पनि सोचे हुने गर्ने चाहिँ के नै हो र. अब मर्नु त भएन नि होइन, म ओभर एम्बिसियस पनि त हुनु भएन होइन, मर्ने नै हो नि त. तर खुसी र आनन्दले त मरौँ होइन, त्यो टेन्सन लिएर त किन मर्ने, किन लाने हो र. मैले बिजनेस ब्रान्ड त लाने होइन आफूसँग ग्रेभमा होइन. सो taking care of your mental health, physical health, and disassociation is very important. Yes. We need to promote this as well.
Definitely. Like I genuinely believe what he said and the way he said it. I really appreciate how he actually expressed what you just expressed right now. To come and talk about what you might feel. Because now we are using the way we get connected, the way we communicate, we connect through social media a lot, okay? And one thing that we don't talk about is mental health. We don't talk about how it is going to affect us, how it is going to impact us in our personal life, okay? And building a brand is also something similar because we're going to build it in social media as well, and that will also take a lot of energy and everything. But so for me, my strategy, my strategy is that I completely keep my personal life private. I know I keep it so private that I know it is something that is so important to me, and I want to.
That's the way you value that.
No, the way I value it is not even by showing to people, because when I push something, right, I'm telling people that I'm like publishing it, right? I'm telling that see how happy I am, see how I am. But for me, it's like the way I have found balance is that when I keep my personal life, where what I do with my family, what I do with my friends, what I do with my thing, how I spend my personal time is my time. True. I know, and that time should be more valuable to me, and I want to have this real connection with that person rather than trying to, when we meet together, we like, okay, le euta selfie lim, oh ab yo khana ayo, ab yo bhayo. The people do that, and I'm not judging them. They can do it whatever they want, but for me is like the way I have found, like, because you have to have a strategy, Nita. You need to kind of differentiate yourself between what you do and what you are. I know. So what you do is something that you can tell to people. Okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Yes. But what you are is not necessary. You have to reflect. And there are a lot of people like us who are building brands, who are kind of influencing a lot of people. He's trying to communicate with a lot of people. And I don't. So I have this app called 7 Cup. I know. So this app, what this app does is that I'm a listener, and there are people around the world who are, they are anonymous, so we don't know who they are. So I get to select people who want to talk, and then we talk about mental health, we talk about depression that they are going through, we talk about
staying anonymous.
Nobody knows who I am. And I don't know who they are. We don't even share the names. We just talk about the problems. We just share, and I just give them what could be done, what could just make them feel better, right? So the way I see is that oileko generation, oileko hamro time ma, we talk about our physical health. We talk about a lot about our, what we have to do. We talk about
emotional health.
Emotion. How do we check that emotion? How do we balance it? How do we not get that affected by anything else, especially your phone? I know your phone is something that has consumed so much of your attention that you forget to talk to your mom properly. You forget to communicate with your friend properly, have a real conversation. All you have is that, oh, bawal bhayo, ramailo bhayo, dami, all is good. How are you? I am fine. I know all this kind of communication for me is very shallow, okay? And I think to have a deeper communication, we have to open up. To do that, we need to be able to have real communication face to face. I know. And And to do that, you need to keep this away. So you need to find a time to say that I'm not going to use this. I know. You need to put yourself into that. Like we discipline ourselves. Chocolate khako khai गरे भने दाँत बिग्रिन्छ हेल्थमा नराम्रो कुनै पनि कुरा एक्सट्रिममा गर्नुहुन्छ बिग्रिन्छ के
सो पानी त धेरै खानुहुन्न
भन्छ nothing in this life when you do in extreme, you can do it in extreme because it might excite you for a while, but when you do it extreme, it is not a long term game. I know. And with building the brand, with building yourself, with building life, so go and live like a genuine one, not someone that you want to present to others, not someone what other people will think about you because you posted a sexy picture on your Instagram story, and then everybody's gonna what a beautiful life, like everybody's gonna give you this fake happiness for 5 minutes because now so people don't understand this thing. They see that, oh, the person messaged me, he give me the attention. But 5 minutes later, he's giving attention to someone else. He's giving to someone else. So what is the point? Like whatever the gratification you felt was very temporary. Okay? So all I say is that people who, in our generation, people who are using phone, don't look for those small gratification. Look for this genuine gratification which will make your day worth it. To say that at night, oh my God, I had an amazing day. I had an amazing communication and I worked amazingly. And now here I am with my baby, with my parents, with my lover, and giving full attention to know what the person is going through.
Exactly.
I know. And I think that is beautiful. And life is not about doing only one thing. Okay? It's about doing many things.
True.
So go do many things.
Okay guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. If you यहाँसम्म सुनिसक्नु भएको छ भने चाहिँ proud of you.
Yes. यहाँसम्म सुनिसक्नु भएको छ र अझै पनि बुझ्नु भएको छैन भने चाहिँ I am not proud of you. You have to understand that there is something in life you can get doing, and don't dwell into your own mental thought. Okay, go and act. Go and act. You will know. Life will teach you.
Be a doer. Thank you guys. We'll be back again with another amazing episode with amazing people. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye.
Oh my God.